Okay, the stream has been shared. I'm live on most platforms. What's going on, everybody? I feel like a hippie wearing this thing. I feel like I look like a hippie wearing this. How's everybody doing tonight? I've got a bunch more rings to work on this coif. So, for those of you who have joined us, welcome to the Church of Chainmail. My name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, where I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories. And I stream making chainmail, and I've got an app for chainmail. And if you're new, you might have seen me work on this before, but here, I started a coif, and then I ordered more rings for it. I couldn't, the ring size didn't match, so the old ring size got turned into 2 dice bags. This is the new ring size, and these are the new rings that they match in the size, but I don't know if you can see it on camera. The color seems off. And I cleaned them. I cleaned the crap out of them. So I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, we've got some more rings to work on this with, and we're just going to go from there. How's everybody's day today? I got a bunch of, I got the leather for the Harley bib, for the gas tank bib for my Road King. And I got the leather to edge the saddlebags. So that's going. And I got this 18 gauge 1/8 bright aluminum from Chain Reaction. Make sure you get a good look at that logo. That's chainreaction.ca up in Canada, right? 10 ounces, all going to go on this jelly cube here. This should be about 4,000 rings. You know? Easy peasy. I'll do it, I'll do it tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, right. Guy, thanks for the follow. User with random numbers, thank you for the follow. All right. So, what else happened today? Oh, before I get started. This is a fuzz. I need to change the camera angle on this. There you go. For everyone on the overhead, this is my Ringception piece that's been updated. Right? It's got 2 different sides, how it came out. I had, let me show TikTok here. Right? So what this is the brass and the bronze and the stainless steel are all chains made from a weave called full Persian. And then I took the brass and the bronze and I made the full Persian weave again. It's called a Ringception piece. And then it was too loose. It was not, it's cool, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I had that stainless steel lying around. I've actually got a lot of it. Planning on a big project with it. And I just took the chain and looped it through the inside and outside of one row of rings. And I do enjoy Chain Reaction. If you haven't tried them, you should, if they have something that fits your need. So I've gotten a few things from them that I've been pretty happy with. Anyway, so that was today's project, in addition to getting supplies for the bike project. I think it came out pretty cool. Oh, thank you for the roses. All right. See if we can't get to work. So the rings that I have right now, look darker than the rings currently on the coif, right? And so I'm just going to make the coif and then tumble it as all together and see what happens. Thank you for the follows. So that's my only complaint. They are seemingly the right size, so I can continue. I think this is the third time I've started a coif and it didn't work out. For almost every project that I can think of, it's best to order all of your rings at once. Oh, thank you for the follows. Yes, please tap the screen. Get those likes in so that we can be pushed out in front of other streamers. That helps. Follow along. You know, hit the follow button if you like chainmail content and like seeing it made. And then share. Just hit the copy link button or repost or whatever's available. That helps me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers. So that would be nice to do that this year. You know, one video can get me there, but it's been a struggle. Just kidding. I don't even think I'm at 2,000 followers yet. So I appreciate every follow, every like and share. It's really helpful. As I said, this is the Church of Chainmail. It's where you come to learn about chainmail. But I'm not that good of a deacon or priest or whatever. I'm a terrible teacher. All I can do is point people in the right direction. You only own one coif in Galvi. Hate it, but long hair is not coif friendly and it pulls the beard. You need to make another male ball cap. Yeah, there you go. Excuse me. I need... I don't know. Since I have plans to line the shirts that I have, I might line this as well. I had a hard time not spending an extraordinary amount of money at the leather store today. But I managed to stay within... not responsibility, but within reality. And it was still irresponsible, the amount of money I spent, but I will recover. It'll be worth it if I can get the bike project complete. Should ask Rick how he manages so quickly. May have some folks to spread to folks faster. Maybe. But Rick also does like laser stuff too. So I think my biggest issue when it comes to growth is that there are I'm terrible at videography and making cute little videos to promote my stuff. So I think that's my biggest block. However, I have more followers and friends on TikTok than I do on any other platform, and I got there quicker than I did on any other platform. So you have several milk crates of suede and one full tooling hide. Yeah, I bought a full tooling hide. It's not going to get tooled for most of it, but it's going to be the bib for the Harley. So I've got that piece, and then the rest of it is going to be made into guitar straps. I have a bunch of chainmail straps that need to be attached to some leather so that I have adjustable chainmail guitar straps backed in leather so that the chainmail isn't digging into someone's skin. Put the ringception piece in a pickle jar and roll it downstairs so it smashes open. Then a close-up of the finished project. Hit $1 million in a day. That's not a terrible idea. just like drop rings in a jar and then drop rings in it, like, you know, like this, like, and then roll this down some stairs, and when it busts open, this pops out. Be like, oh, it's a miracle. All those rings assembled themselves magically. That'd probably make a pretty good video. I'll have to think about how to pull that off. Oh, thank you for the follows. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Pulse, how you doing? All right. So, as I'm adding these rings are looking a slight different color, which is fine. It'll be okay. I will get over it. But yeah, I don't know. I spend my free time working on projects, and I made a quick video before I came live tonight. And that's fine. But I do need to step away from working on projects and knock out a couple videos. Doing pretty fantastic. Closing on your house in the morning. Sweet. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, need to make more videos and just kind of catalog what I'm doing, I think. People enjoy the journey. So give updates on when supplies come in and what progress you make throughout the day, and I'll get there, you know. You honestly couldn't be more excited. I'm excited for you. I remember when we've closed on this house, and that was a very good day. We moved across country from Texas up here to Wisconsin, and we were living with our in-laws. Thank you for the heart. You got to set higher rose goals and stuff so you can finish them. Oh, do I? Is that the add goal button before you go live? I've never used that, so I don't really know what it is. All right. So yeah, finished. I'm happy with the end result of this, right? Like, I don't think it needs any more work. I think it's good. Looks better than it did. Looks like a finished piece. You know? You assume you don't know? Oh, okay. I mean, I could just throw some goals up just because. Whether you meet them or not, it's whatever. What are those? Sent 5 team bracelets? Nice. Thank you. A light stand maybe would cast an interesting shadow. I mean, I've got all the lights I can put. I could add one more light, I suppose. I want some background lights. I want some RGB LEDs for the background. That's not... I probably should make it a priority. Maybe next month. There's 2 things I'm going to get next month so far on the list of things that I'm going to get. If I buy any more stuff this month, then it's going to be a bad time. I should clarify to anyone watching that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go along, which is the fun part about chainmail, because you can just do whatever you want, really. You got to sleep, but I figured you would stop in. Best of luck. Thank you, Pulse. Have a good night. Get some rest. Display stand style, like like the ones they put a glass trophy on, like so it comes up into my face. You love my Ringception piece, thank you, Sarah. I'm happy with it. I have goals to make many more. Oh, thank you for the roses. Alright, now where was I? Oh, I nearly got my list of stuff done. I made a list last night as I was on stream of stuff that I needed to do today. So I went to Tandy, I got some leather. I went, I renewed my nursing license and it got approved, so. Are you meaning to place a Ringception piece onto a glowing stand to cast shadows onto the ceiling and illuminate it? There you go. That's a good idea. I don't know how much light would get through this, but yeah. There's a couple things I want to do that I was looking into, or started to look into today, but I really need to finish a bunch of projects first before I take on any more. But why not have 500 projects going all at once that never get finished? Okay. Paper cranes, thank you. So place the Ringception piece on a light stand. Yeah. There's a couple pieces I'd like to do that too. I think I ordered 5,000 of these. So I've got 5,000 rings to add to this coif. I don't know how many I need. I'm pretty sure I can start mapping out where I'm gonna start the expansions again, so it like goes out over my shoulders and start closing the face in. Yeah, there's what are they called? They're called infinity mirrors, right? Where it looks like, you know, you're looking down a deep dark hole. And I want to make one with that looks like just chainmails just shooting down this hole on all sides. So I want that as a decoration for my basement. I need that and an ottoman, but not an ottoman made of chainmail. What do I need? I need a CD player, like a 6-disc changer setup that connects to my receiver that goes to the speakers, and like whatever tower you put those on, whatever those are called. I need one of those because I have a receiver, but I don't have a CD player or a tower to put it on. It just sits. Looks ugly. I need an ottoman. Next up is a series of fidget. Okay, where are we at? So I can add them to my shop. Next up is a series of fidget items so you can add them to your shop. Right on. Heck yeah. Wayward and Whimsical just did a video recently of a bunch of fidget toys. Now, I had done a video of a bunch of fidget toys, like, you know, jelly cubes and juggling balls and what the stuff that I had. She's got like 3 or 4 more than me, so if you're looking for any ideas of fidget spinners or of fidget toys to add to your shop, go to Mother of Dragons, Wayward and Whimsical, and scroll down and find her video on fidget toys. Because I was super impressed. I was like, those are great. Like Jacob's ladders and infinity rose bracelets, and she had this little piece that snapped back and forth. That was cool. I'm pretty sure I'd seen it before, but it had been a long time. And all chainmail really is a fidget toy. If you're stimulated by tactile things enough. I've only ever seen one person with the Jacob's Ladder fidget toy, and it only kind of worked. Like, he had to work, but Mikey, thank you for the share. It kind of worked, but not great. Oh, and then if you want a real cool fidget toy, is the Infinity Cube. Added them on your platform. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay, check out Razzmatazz. Razzmetazz. Is that... I don't remember if she had a video of it. I'll have to look where she tagged. Get with me like tomorrow or send me a message after the stream or something. I'll forward you the link she sent me. She sent me a link to an Infinity Cube, which is just, it's a cube that folds out into a rectangle, and then it folds over on itself and back through, and it builds back up into a cube. And I haven't made one of those, but it's super cool. You have a 3-foot black titanium Jacob's Ladder? Nice. Does your Jacob's Ladder work well? Because the only chainmail Jacob's Ladder I've seen, it worked. It just required a lot of knocking around. You have a Snapple male fidget snapper? You still need to make one of the multicolor fidgets? Yeah. Like those things the bank gives away for advertising? I don't know. Maybe. But it's like a children's toy made out of jelly cubes. Three-quarter inch 12 gauge works lovely smooth for Jacob's ladders. My hands hurt at the sound of that size of that ring. All right. So yeah, there's some jelly cubes are cool. The Infinity Cube is cooler. There's some fun little stuff you can make. In fact, I should probably focus on that more than jewelry if I want to sell anything. That's probably the way to go. But I'm making a coif right now and a long way off from doing anything. You'll be bugging me about that link later for that cube? Okay. Yeah, Razzmatazz sent it to me, and she's over on TikTok. And it's cool. I remember having one as a kid, and she made it out of chainmail. All right. So this is going to take forever. If you're watching and you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. right? I'm working on a coif. It's a piece of armor that goes over your head. This is really just for people to play with down in the basement where I have all my chainmail stuff when they come over, you know? Put it over their head and put a shirt on and yeah. And then swing swords at each other. Oh. So I'm not a medieval expert, but a medieval expert recommended a book to me. So I will be smarter soon. There, for the people on the overhead camera. Now the government can't hear your thoughts, man. Rotten Pieces, how are you tonight? You just did a 7-ounce pure silver necklace. It's a 3 and 5 twist pattern. Can't imagine how long it takes. You just did a 7-ounce. Okay, so what is a 3 and 5 twist pattern? I was getting stuck on that. Need some foam weapons versus real ones to beat on friends with? Yeah. Thank you for the share. All right. Well, that pile of rings got diminished quickly. Hours got to run. Just want to stop in for as long as you could. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for swinging by. You have a wonderful day at work or evening. I'm still lost on this 3 and 5 twist pattern. Are we talking like silver work, like silversmithing, or are we talking chainmail? Get out of my elbow space, you stupid notepad. Thank you for the follow. Alright. Oh yeah, so not a medieval expert, but I bought a book. I'm going to be smarter someday. Working on a coif. This is not historically accurate. This is just how I'm making one. I do intend on... I wouldn't call it historically accurate. I've no desire to become like a museum curator or something, where they have to know the time period that each ring was from based on like the type of rivets they used or anything like that. I just want to make stuff. And eventually I will have stuff that I'm building with riveted rings. It's cool. Use 3 rings and on the flip side 5 rings and alternate to give it a cool look. Okay. Right on. Seven ounces of pure silver. I've got a piece of fine silver here. And I'm pretty sure that's 99 or 0.999 silver. But the manufacturer I got it from doesn't offer square wire rings in fine silver anymore. They only offer it in sterling, which understandable, but I've got this strip of sterling or of fine silver, full Persian square wire chain, and it's not long enough for a necklace. It's not long enough for a bracelet. I don't know what to do with it. So, also latest is metal scans of the pieces to determine, okay, where are we at? Metal scans of the pieces to determine origins of the metal to the mines it could have come from before ending up. Oh, so they're trying to find out what the metallurgical component of the rings that make up the chainmail armor that they're digging up, or that they have stored in their vaults. Yeah, I don't want to copy that stuff necessarily. I do want to make high quality stuff. But some people go for things like period accuracy. And like, I'll get nerdy about this stuff, but I think that's a level too far for even me to take it. Maybe. We'll see. I've changed my mind on a lot of things that I said I'd never do again. Like, I don't know. Look at my galvanized chainmail shirt. But now, this spring, I have plans to refurbish it. So, we'll see. Anyway. There's a... You know, like Wootz, blades of certain types come from only one mine. Rest are imitations made in a 300-year time period, but so far it's believed one smith weighed the Ulfberts. All others were attempt to capitalize on the quality. Interesting. Yeah, that's a level of knowledge about something that I don't want to have to know that before I make something. So I just say not period accurate. And this is also not a period design either. It's just some foreign one. For anyone who's been watching since the start of this stream, I'm 3 rings away from the edge, roughly. And we are, 35 minutes into the stream, and I've pretty much been weaving constantly since I started. A couple of breaks, but, you know, knocking it out. So 35 minutes to do... Let's see if I can... From where my finger is to the end, right? I'm doing like 2 rows at a time. I'm closing a ring and weaving it in and everything. So 35 minutes to just do that much. So some projects take forever. All right. Some mail pieces have been found to be made from 3 different Empire steels, and confuses folks how it came to be made. Yeah. You can't find a good museum documentation as to speculation. Yeah, that part's always lacking. Like what's available information to the public. It's fine. All right. Half a row finished. How does she fit? Not looking too shabby. I'm not going to cinch this down. This is already at the back of my neck, so I need to start expanding it. I'll start doing that here. When we start bringing it in, I think that's probably a good spot. Yeah. As good a spot as any. So, what I'm going to do is find the line of my initial expansion. Ow. And work my way down. Okay. I'm just going to mark here. And this will tell me where I need to expand. Alright, so this is going to seem... Alright. Come on. So, when you start at the top, right, you build a couple triangles and you start weaving the edges together in a 45-degree seam, right? Now that I'm here, I need to start so I don't know how to explain this. I'm just going to have to make it and show you. I'm basically putting on the base of a triangle, a quadrilateral, odd-shaped, four-sided shape, and it'll be 6 sections, and that will become the mantle, right? Whereas if I went the other way, and then brought all these back down to a point, that would be the opposite. You know, I would be closing it back up instead of expanding it. So, which you could do, you could tailor it to conform to your head a little better. You can do all kinds of stuff. But since this is just for adding to the chainmail shirt stand that I have over there, then I'm not real worried about it conforming to my head. If I focus on armor and become a better armorer, then I will add that in. But the whole practice of, or the skill set of making chainmail form-fitting to the wearer's body is still just a kind of crazy concept to me. Right? There is someone made a whole Superman outfit, and it's on a mannequin, and it doesn't come off, but it is just sized perfectly to the mannequin in chainmail, and it's the craziest thing I ever seen. It'd be cool if you it'd be cool if it had the originator had made it so that it could come off and put it on. But where'd that ring go? The originator can do what they want. It is just form fitted perfectly to this mannequin. That's the crazy stuff people in the chainmail world make. Okay, I've got my little mark here, and I'm just gonna build these out. That's all right. Cool. So I've got that, and I've got one. So each seam at the top, I'm just going to line up with the seam to expand it further on the bottom. So I've got to mark all of those, but I can just work on this for right now. In regards to building out this section. Oh, for those of you wanting to watch what I do, let me change that camera angle for you. So anyway, all right. I did have these rings in a tumbler shining up, and they don't seem to have done that, or they are just a different color or a different alloy or something. There's definitely going to be a line where these new rings have been added, which sucks, but it's fine. I'm trying to use up all these rings and then not order more from that manufacturer unless they're the only one that produces a certain ring type. Excuse me. Oh, my leg's numb. You need to finish or buy a large tumbler here soon. Making 10 pounds of rings a week. Jeez. How large are we talking? Like 50-gallon barrel size tumbler? Or just larger than the Harbor Freight rock tumbler setup people use? Oh, excuse me. So I need... Well, I'm gonna go rent a cement mixer when I pull the galvanized shirt out of the shed. Just gonna dump it in a cement mixer and pour a bunch of vinegar in there and just let it turn for a few days. 5 gallon to start, maybe a 25-gallon vibrating tumbler. I've never used a vibratory tumbler, but I can't imagine, like, I don't know. My rotary tumbler's pretty quiet, and I've only ever heard loud vibratory tumblers. Oh, thank you for the follow, guys. I don't even want to know what a 25-gallon vibratory tumbler costs. But the ones that I've heard have been super loud. So not something I could have in the house. My rotary tumbler is pretty loud. And it's in a closet, in a laundry room, behind 2 sets of doors down in the basement. So if you're interested in learning how to make chainmail, expect to invest in a tumbler. Right? Vibratory or rotary, it doesn't matter. Garage is not attached to the house, so your noise doesn't matter. Nice. A tumbler is key. Whether you are cleaning rings that you just got from a manufacturer or are polishing up finished pieces, you're going to have a tumbler. I have a fart. A Franklin Arsenal rotary tumbler. And no, I didn't buy it for the name, just so I could tell people that I have a fart. It's just a benefit. All right. I don't understand garages not attached to houses. Like, I know it was a design style for a long time, but I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I've never lived in a house without a garage attached to it. My sister, her house had a garage attached to it. That's just... There's plenty of houses in this area whose garages aren't attached, but I don't... All of them, all the people that I know that whose garages are unattached are like shoveling a pathway out to their garage just to get to their car to drive to work in the morning, and I feel bad for them. So my sister's garage was back in an alley behind her house. So they would have to dig out the alley and a pathway from the house to the garage just to pull out to go to work. Yeah, I guess one benefit of having a detached garage is that you can make a lot of noise in it. Speaking of garages, I need to figure out if the walls in my garage are insulated to any degree. Because I don't think they are. I wonder how much it would cost to get someone to just come and like spray foam into them or something, or if that's something I can do myself. Because like it's negative, 1,000 degrees here. It's freezing. My garage is attached to the house, and it's insanely cold in my garage. Like unhealthily cold. You got a carport right by your door to park under and 2 bay garage on the other side of the driveway? There you go. Hey babe, how you doing? A car lift on an attached garage would be load, and welding, forging fumes, drifting inside would not make me happy, so glad it's not attached. Yeah, if you have a garage that you're planning on doing all of that stuff in, or doing all of that stuff in, why is this song so loud? Yeah, I don't think my garage is. I think it's just sheetrock and on the inside, vinyl on the outside with nothing in between. I'm handsome. What am I doing later? Oh, you'll find out. You'll be there. Because I'll be doing you. Alright. Tried to weave that and slipped right out of my pliers. This song is annoying. Go, where's the thumbs down button? Didn't I try to find that one time and I never found it? Alright. So what? I'm excited to, I think I've got the clamps, I've got the leather for the edging, the chainmail is done, right? And I've got the leather for the bib. It's going to have to warm up, though, for me to go out in the garage, uncover the Road King, and then measure out the bib and the size I need to cut it. That's going to take a bit because it's freezing outside. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. So I'm not gonna jump on that project just yet. But it's supposed to be in the 30s in about a week, so maybe then. But I've got the clamps to hold the chainmail and the leather in place, and I've got the drill down here all charged up, and I've got the leather cord to do all the braiding and connecting and all that fun stuff. So tomorrow I'll start cutting down the leather to do the edging. So definitely got to do that if I'm going to add it, which means I probably need to clear off a table to do the cutting. So we're getting there. I'm hopeful. I just want to have this done. I remember doing my motorcycle vest, and it was such a pain to connect the chainmail to the leather vest, right? I got unmotivated, I got lazy, I didn't want to deal with it, and it took way longer than was necessary. Because once I finally sat down and knocked it out, it only took me a couple hours. Alright, rubber washers for inside, outside of the screws, attachment points to minimize water leaks. What are we attaching? Where'd that lady go that was wondering what I was doing later? That lady. She'll love that. Hopefully she's not still in here, because I'll hear about that later. What do you mean, that lady? My saddlebag to mail, you said I'm drilling it. Yes, I'm drilling holes through the... Okay, so the saddlebag has a thin layer of leather on top. Not even sure it's actual leather, whatever Harley uses. Because it's on the edge, it's not above the bag. So will I prevent leaking? I'll probably won't ride in the rain, is my #1 goal. Call me a fair weather rider. But no, the leather cord will be attaching the leather edging and the chainmail to the saddlebag, is what that is.
Hey.
What's up?
The towels on the stairs, are they clean?
Yeah. All right. So let me demonstrate this. Okay. So drilling goes on the saddlebag. This is the edge. Thin piece of leather, plastic, more thin piece of leather, right? So what I'm going to do is use some leather cord to go through each ring and some leather to go over the edge, cover up the edge of the chainmail to give it a pristine look, but the bag portion, right? There's, see if I can get that on the overhead camera, right? It's not directly underneath where I'm drilling the holes on any side. I hope that makes sense. All right. So I'm not too worried about it leaking into the bag. I just am worried about... What I need is a jig to somehow drill holes perfectly through the leather edging, the rings, and then the edge of the saddlebag, right? But if I can figure that out, that'd be great. So other than that, you know, we'll go all the way around doing that process. So what is this? Oh, garbage. A card with the hole space and using. I was thinking a piece of acrylic that I could clamp down over the top of everything. Is what I was thinking. But I don't have a piece of acrylic. So it would only, I don't know how much of it, how many edges I could use it on. So I do have a thin metal ruler. That might work. All right. So yeah, I'm not worried about it leaking water in there or anything. I mean, potentially, yeah, but you can call me a fair weather rider. I don't care. Or not a real biker. That's fine. It's not going to hurt my feelings because I don't care. I'm not riding in crappy weather. I want to ride and enjoy myself, not deal with rain and all that garbage. So I don't plan on it getting wet anyway. I have been caught in the rain before. So, and especially if I do any rides across country again, that'll be, usually you can't avoid bad weather when you're, you know, riding 1,000 miles. Like, you're just going to hit it at some point. And hopefully all of that will work. Maybe I can like... I don't know. I don't know what the best way to go about accurately drilling all the holes without making any mistakes is. But I need to get over this hesitancy of worrying about making everything perfect. Because done is better than, you know, perfect and not done. Who cares how you ride? Be you, bro. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. What pattern do I use for these large projects? I am currently working on 4-in-1 right now. I had a large project in my hand a minute ago for my saddlebag that is also 4-in-1 and a modified elf weave. And then this, I don't know what you consider a large project, but that's all elf weave, or full Persian. So, but yeah, what I'm working on right now is European 4-in-1. It's the most common chainmail weave you'll see in movies and films, and because it's historically what was used. Sometimes you'll find some historical European 6-in-1, but it's unlikely you'll ever see that in the movies. You haven't tried elf weave yet, but you want to? You absolutely should. Elf weave is the greatest. It's one of my most favorite weaves in the whole wide world. It's not as good as interwoven 4-in-1. That is my ultimate favoriteest weave that I've made stuff with. But yeah, elf weave is awesome. Got a coffee cup wrapped in elf weave. And a bottle. Big, like a wine bottle wrapped in elf weave, and then a coffee cup wrapped in elf weave. What else have I made it for? Just did a trim of elf weave around a dice bag. What's up over here? Elf weave, you think is too busy and it's weaker than 4-in-1 for armor value, but cool for LARPing outfits? How is elf weave weaker than 4-in-1? What are you talking about, John? I don't believe that at all. You're gonna have to. I wouldn't say I doubted you if I didn't have my reasons. I trust you. And I'm sure you've got a valid reason, but I don't think there's any way I could think of that. The way it wraps over and binds more rings than in 4-in-1. So, what weave is not better than 4-in-1 for armor? Let me ask you that. Because I like elf weave. I wouldn't ever make a shirt out of it or anything. I will use it for, what do they call it? Accents? Right? Like I've wanted to do a shirt with just a wide strip of interwoven 4-in-1 down the spine, and then like another strip down the length of the arm. I think that'd be cool. I think when I make another shirt, I'm going to do ridiculous stuff like that. Because I can, you know. What is my least favorite weave? Shaggy loops. I think shaggy. I've never made it because I just. You can make it and put beads on the ends of the rings and it looks kind of cool, but shaggy loops by itself. Kinged 4-in-1 and 6-in-1, but you lose flex in 6-in-1, and why it's collars versus elbows. When you force elf in half like a sandwich, it blows rings versus 4-in-1. Well, yeah, elf is like a wall. Elf weave is like a wall of rings. There's no flex if they're, depending on the ring size. You love shaggy loops. You love adding beads to make it a necklace or a bracelet. When you add the beads, it makes it a lot better, but when I remember it first being a thing, they weren't doing that yet, and it was just this ugly thing. I was like, oh, that's what is this? What is going on here? And so I've never used it for anything. I'm sure it's like everything, right? Like, you knock it until you try it, and then it's, oh yeah, okay, this is cool, right? That's there's a few others that are like visually unappealing for some reason. Shaggy Loops reminds you of Christmas Garland. Yeah, just once you take Shaggy Loops and you start adding the next level to it, then I'm okay with it. But when it's just Shaggy Loops, just this one-in-one chain, like I can't move past that. It makes me grate my teeth. So, I mean, I'm pretty much over it at this point. If I saw an opportunity where I thought it would be like the weave for the job, okay, fine. You don't like the way Trifid looks, but you want to make it to say you can. Is that that wallet chain that Jen was asking about? And I think... Oh, thank you for the follow. I think that for the most part, whenever I see a weave I don't like, 99% of the time it's because it's made out of like galvanized steel with poor cuts. Like the rings are poorly made. The camera isn't like picking up the weave correctly, right? That's usually the issue when I see a weave that I'm just like visually appalled by. You can't see her post? Okay. Yeah, she posted something about that. I'm not going to lie and say that I like all weaves equally, but I do have some favorites. I do have some go-tos, and they are things like Interwoven 4-in-1. I love that weave. Elf weave. I make a lot of Byzantine. I probably know somewhere in the realm of 25 to 35 weaves, right? If I really had to like stretch out what I know and figure out how much do I really know. And some people go and they make every weave that they can find. And I've never had the ability or the rings to do that. So I have since I have been forced to expand my knowledge base by what I can do with those weaves, right? You like dual Byzantine beaded in round mail as well as what is CCX? Candy cane cord? Yeah, okay. So, but I'm sure that most weaves are good. And here's the thing too. With how long have I been ranting about Shaggy Loops now? 5 minutes. That's good for entertainment, right? So Shaggy Loops looks good as an earring, and I've never been able to place it somewhere else. But I think that's, it was very popular for a while. People were making a lot of stuff with it. And I was just vehemently opposed to ever working with it for a while. I don't care now, but I'm sure at some point there will be a time when I go, hey, Shaggy Loops is the weave for this job that we're doing here. Yeah, like I don't, not too many people do ringception pieces, right? And it's just a cool concept, but it's just full Persian, made into rings and then woven together like a regular full Persian pattern with another full Persian chain running around through it. That's all it is. It's not. It's nothing overly complex, right? So if you take the time and learn what you're good at, you extrapolate out your knowledge base based off of that which you can work with, I think is where I'm at. I don't dislike any weave necessarily, but I've never, the ring eater weaves, right? People are like, oh, that's a real ring eater. And it just uses up a lot of their rings, and I've never understood that. I've just been like, it just took that many rings to get the project done in whatever weave I was using. I've never thought of any ring or any weave as a ring eater. Not that I don't run out of rings often. But I've always just been like, okay, it takes more rings than what I had to finish that project. So, alright. Length of bracelet to return value of the piece is why folks dislike ring eaters. Oh, well. That is, I don't know. I don't know what I think of that. It's fine, as you figure out your costs and how much time it takes to make something. I've never worked that way. It's always just been, what is the project and what is there a machine to make European 4-in-1 chainmail? Yes. The one that I know of is... hi, Mike. How you doing? Thanks for the question. There's a ring manufacturer called the Ring Lord up in Canada, and out of them came a company called Mailtech. And Mailtech makes long strips of welded European 4-in-1. And they use them for things like kitchen curtains, chandeliers, and Neptunic shark suits, I think most famously. Yes, there is machine-made chainmail. And actually, John just sent me a video of a robot folding clothes, and it's like the time between when we have a robot, the time between now and when we have a robot making chainmail, like complex weaves and stuff, is coming. And I've said this for a while, and it's just what it is. Some people don't believe me, but between robotics and AI learning, and it's all... I don't think anyone's going to purchase a robot just for it to make chainmail, but someone's going to do it, or someone could do it. Easy, thank you for the follow. 120 rings versus 750 rings. Not everyone likes explaining to customers why they're so vast different in value. I mean, it kind of 120 rings versus 750, if that's not explanatory. I don't know. Tell your customer they're dumb for not knowing that more work means more expensive. I'm just kidding. I know most people don't even understand how any of this stuff is made, much less that it's even a thing. So, yeah, I've seen European foreign one machine made. I've seen Byzantine machine made, and I've seen full Persian machine made. So, I can't imagine that it's cost effective to really have machines make more than that. But what do I know? Yeah. I don't care if machines make it. I'm still going to make it. Because I'm better than the machines. I'm just going to secretly hire a bunch of robots to make all my chainmail. I'm just going to buy a robot just to teach it pencil weave and have it make that. All because someone told me that it wouldn't happen. It's like, oh yeah? Well, make it happen. Watch. Ha ha ha. Oh. Alright. So, it'd be hard-pressed for you to find a machine to do that. Right? Not saying it couldn't happen. Even, I'm sure AI would be... I'm not trying to brag on myself, but this is, despite its simplicity, it's made overly complex. Right? Does that make sense? It is a simple thing made to look as if it's easy and super complicated. I'm sorry, made to look as if it's not easy and super complicated, but it's not. It's the simplest thing. Right? You still not found a tutorial for pencil? You want to try it too? I never looked for a tutorial for it. I would just 3D scan a chain of pencil weave and upload it to AI and tell my robot to make it. But yeah, so added the stainless steel to this today. It's kind of cool, right? Kind of like an angry butthole or something. Someone said the grabber from Tremors looks like the mouth. I can kind of see it. A graboid. Alright, I got a little bit of work done on here. Can you tell? Yeah, you can see it on camera. See this line right here? These rings are two different colors, and I don't know why. Which, whatever. It's fine. I'm not going to do anything about it. See if you can pick it up there. The bottom, like 2 or 3 rows are a different color than the top. Like all the stuff that's been added on. Alright. Ooh, that's cold. Angry butthole, yeah. What I mean, you know, like a Sarlacc pit mouth. Ah. Okay. So I don't know if I need to shine up these rings more, which isn't going to happen until I have all of this done. So hopefully the rings polish up and get better coloring. to where it's more normal. But I am going to throw these. These are 18 gauge 1/8 rings from chainreaction.ca that are going to be used on this jelly cube. And they make some pretty nice bright aluminum rings. Haven't had any complaints from them so far. Looks more like those massive drills they used to go through mountains and create tunnels. Yeah. Like, who just completed a like 3-year tunnel project or something? Probably somewhere in China where they're doing some major infrastructure development. You like it? Thanks. It's something. Just trying to use up rings, and that's what I came up with. So, but yeah. So got rings, more rings to work on the jelly cube. I'm waiting on one more package of these clasps, these nautical shackle clasps. So once those come in, I gotta weld the rings in on each end and then get that work done. Then I'll have some more single strand bracelets similar to this one available. And I've got 3 already done with regular lobster clasps because they're a bit smaller than everything else. Ah, thank you. So I'll have some more of those available soon. I'm gonna have what do I gotta do tomorrow? I gotta contact some people. So I gotta do that. And then I don't know how far away I am from finishing this next design, but I should work on some of that before tomorrow night. Yeah. And then figure out the whole saddlebag issue and get that going. Got all the parts. Just need to apply smart thinking and smart work in order to get it done right, so I'm not drilling a ton of useless holes into the saddlebag. So, alrighty, everybody. It is about 9:55. I've got a little bit of stuff I got to do tonight before I go to bed. So, thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate you being here. Thanks for all the likes, follows, and shares. If you like this content, please consider going to mailworks.com and getting some merch. I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories. I was trying to say successories. Accessories. And I'm going to be adding more here pretty soon, so keep an eye out. But right now we got a giant snug hoodie that seems to be pretty popular. And it's all, big and warm and got chainmail printed on it, and it's cool. So go check that out. Easy for you to say. No, it was very hard. Even though I've said it like almost every night for the last 3 months. Chainmail themed apparel and accessories. Yeah, that's not what I meant to say, but it's fine. This is fine. But yeah, so if you like hanging out and watching me make some chainmail and learning more about this stuff, please go to mailworks.com and considering purchasing something. I do appreciate it. It is how I make my living. And if you want to learn more about chainmail, the mail of the chain, the church of chainmail, the divine ring, I need to come up with some more sayings for that. In the link tree in my bio, there is links to the Mailworks app for Google and Apple. Oh, here's a fun story for you. And as of right now, the Mailworks app is in Google and Apple. You can download it. It's got all the resources I would have wanted when I first started out. Where to find ring manufacturers, where to find artists to do commissions if you're just looking to purchase chainmail, what tool recommendations, where to find tutorials, where to find other people that hang out and make chainmail and stuff. Just all kinds of fun stuff on the app. If you want to learn more, start your journey of making chainmail and having funny looking coifs. So yeah, go to the link tree in my bio and download the app. And it is available for Google and Apple for now. So I have to go back through and reread this email I got from Apple. Because I have a link to my store in the app, right? Mailworks.com. The app is Mailworks. The link to my store is there. Apple sent me an email saying that all payment processes have to go through them, through their Apple Pay, right? And apps that don't comply will be removed from their app store. I don't think that I have to adhere to that. I think I'm okay, because there's a link to my to mailworks.com, my website, that's off of the app, right? So I got to verify that. But the whole idea that I would have an app for myself and set up payment process and everything, and Apple would make people like me or small business owners like me have to use their payment system is just, it's rich. We think our payment system is the best way. That's great. Payment system isn't any better than anybody else's. All right. Enough of a rant. You're all beautiful people. Thank you for hanging out. I'll probably be back on tomorrow night, and then Thursday night we got practice, and we'll see what happens. So, tell your friends, family. Chainmail's never gone out of style. It's 2,000 years old. So go to mailworks.com, get you some chainmail themed clothing. All right, I appreciate you all. You all have a wonderful evening. Have a good night.